Well, but our next guest is a Fox analyst, works with Speed, also does some stuff with TNT. Larry McReynolds, welcome to Race Day on Fox Sports Radio.
It has been a while. Glad to be hanging out with you a little bit.
First of all, you got to be a proud father right now. Your son Brandon won a race at Rockingham, on his way. I know you're behind the scenes looking for sponsors, trying to put deals together, things like that. How's that going? And congratulations, man. That's got to feel awesome.
It really does. You know, what was unique about him winning at Rockingham in that UARE car here a couple of weekends ago, of course, I was in Dover and was doing Sprint Cup Series practice on Saturday, and our statistician in the booth, Bill Sloboda, was keeping me updated because he was listening to a webcast of it, and he was handing me about 2 sticky notes every lap. I had sticky notes all over the place. But what was cool about Brandon winning at Rockingham is he just turned 19 last Friday. And when he was about 5-6 months old, he got to go to Victory Lane in Rockingham when we won the fall race there in 91 with Davey Allison in the 28 car. He was wrapped up in a baby's blanket because it was very cold that day. He doesn't remember a lot about it, but I promise you he remembers a lot about winning this race a couple of weeks ago. And we, you know, Rob, we are trying so hard to climb that vertical mountain to get the sponsorship in place for him. And, you know, I'm not selling him as Brandon McReynolds, my son. You know, in my book, nobody deserves the right to get sponsorship and drive a race car. You earn the right.
Yeah, no matter what the name is, you have to earn that right and that respect working your way up through the rankings.
Absolutely. And you know, the thing about it, when I evaluate Brandon, I throw my dad hat off in the corner, but the kid really does a nice job on and off the racetrack, and we're working hard trying to get more stuff in place to run in some more races, maybe some more ARCA races, maybe even a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race with an affiliation with Kevin Harvick Incorporated maybe later on in the year.
Well, we're talking to Larry McReynolds. Larry, let's talk about the Hall of Fame opening up. This is an important week in the world of racing. You got the 500 on one end. You got the 600 for the NASCAR Sprint Cup guys, nationwide here at Charlotte as well. Talk about this weekend, a big, huge weekend. And we've also heard some other things about the $20 million bounty that could be up for a person to win. Yeah, the odds are against them at this point, but it's pretty neat to see. I'd love to see somebody run 1100, but I don't know if they can do that anymore as how competitive both series have gotten lately.
Well, you know, John Andretti was the first driver to do it, I think, back in 1994, and then Tony Stewart did it a few times, Robbie Gordon did it, but logistically it won't work right now. You know, somebody's going to have to move the start time of their race, but this is a huge couple of weeks for motorsports. When you look at the fact the All-Star race this past weekend, the longest race on the schedule, on the Sprint Cup Series schedule, the Coca-Cola 600 this weekend, Indianapolis this coming weekend. It used to be, but because of the way the calendar is laid out this year, this was also normally the weekend of Monaco for Formula One. Of course, that was a couple of weekends ago.
Right.
But probably one of the biggest things in the 62-year history of NASCAR that happened this past Sunday, and I am so proud that I was a part of that Speed broadcast, but that was the inaugural induction of the first class of 5 to go into the NASCAR Hall of Fame right here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I got to tell you,
I know there was a lot of debate about whether those 5 were the right 5, but as I heard Rick Allen with Speed say, you know, the inaugural class needed to be the Mount Rushmore of NASCAR, and I think when you look at those 5 guys, the numbers they laid down and the contributions they made to the sport of NASCAR pretty much speaks for itself.
Absolutely. We're talking to Larry Mack. It's Rob D'Amico, Michele Rahal, Race Day on Fox Sports Radio. Larry, I know you're doing some good in the neighborhood, got some things going on with AAA. Let's talk about that.
I tell you, Rob, this is one of the coolest competitions, the more that I have been a part of and exported, and Ford is putting it on along with AAA. But basically what it is, it's a nationwide automotive technology competition, and it's offering over $11.5 million of scholarships and prizes, and it was participated by high school juniors and seniors who are interested in studying the automotive technology field. And when this competition started a few months ago, there were over 10,000 students that participated and competed in this program this year from all 50 states, including Alaska and Hawaii, and they had to do a written test as well as hands-on repair to an automobile that had pretty much a bug put in it. They had to find the bug, and they had to repair it. And now that all of that competition is over, we now have 50 teams, 52-person teams representing every state in the union, and they're going to be heading up to Dearborn, Michigan here in about a week and a half or 2 weeks to Ford World headquarters. In fact, it's the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday after the Sprint Cup Series race at Michigan coming up. And these two-student teams are going to go against each other, and we're going to crown the national champion. And what's really cool, above and beyond the scholarship money and the prizes, this will be the third year that Ford and AAA has done this. The national champions, they will get to job shadow a NASCAR race team for a week at the shop and then spend a race weekend with them. And then I'm also going to go in there and spend some time with this two-person national championship team and just share my experiences and the times that I had as a crew chief in the world of NASCAR racing. And it's just hard to believe that this competition was this exciting and honestly this popular, that over 10,000 students were initially competed in it. And I think, Rob, the reason that Ford and AAA have really ramped it up, this is the 61st year they've had this competition, is they know the need for more automotive technicians and mechanics because of the economy today. We all know it. We're all aware of it. Consumers are keeping their cars longer.
Yeah.
They're not trading as often. So when you keep your car longer, the consumer, they have to have automotive technicians and mechanics to work on these cars. And I think this is an unbelievable competition. And the more I've dove into it, the more I've been involved with it with Ford and AAA, I'm pretty excited and pretty pumped up about this national competition coming up here in about 2 weeks.
Oh, it sounds like a good deal, man. And I got to tell you, excuse me, Larry Mack, you can get more information at LarryMcReynolds.com on that specific competition. So we appreciate Larry coming on with us today. Do appreciate it. I got to take a break here. When we come back, though, we're going to take more phone calls. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. The number's here. We want to hear from you for the race fans because we're going to be talking one and done on the phones, qualifying, starting lineups, all the series that are racing this weekend, and your Memorial Day weekend. What do you got going on? Let us know. 877-99 on Fox. Race Day on Fox Sports Radio continues. Hang on.
Buddy's Home Furnishings is your one-stop shop for quality name-brand furniture, electronics, appliances, and more. Hit a home run at Buddy's with some amazing deals, including laptop computers, sofa and love seat combos, sofa sectionals, and 42-inch HD flat panel TVs, all starting at only $89.99 per month. And remember, there's no credit needed, and up to 6 months, same as cash pricing.